Next on stage, of course, is, as I said before, my friend. He's the last to speak, then we will move now to the panel. He's my friend. He's somebody that we've worked with. He's a teacher like me. He's a man who understands that Luos actually need dialogue. And one time he did say that we will have the boundary at River Sondu. That you come from this side, ukifika Sondu, unasimama kwanza. Watu wenyango rabala wanakuja ukaribisha. This is my friend. He is the former chairman of the Lake Basin Development Authority, the building you see right here that gave birth to this very nice building here. I don't know if I should reveal where he works currently, but he's a businessman who is within the ranks and file of UDA. A round of applause to Mwalimu Odoyo Owidi. Pamuru Maberwa.
Let me cut you before you actually go overboard. If you allowed Fanyamambo Kinuthia to introduce himself in Luo, RUTO tingna umalo. Sai maono mondo gwedna gimwandu kod kothu magoguch. What I'm saying, my brother, may God bless your offspring. Because you are here to shape Kenya. Because you are here to tell the truth. Because you are here to change direction. Because you are here to make Kenya better. My name is Odoyo Owidi. As Brian was saying, I was a former chairman of this place. And I am the reason now you can sit here. Because this premises at one time was almost being sold. In Kenya, you know how people do things in such a way that they benefit from it. My beautiful girl here said, ODM is in Kisii celebrating 20 years of existence. You know, people form political parties for very specific reasons. One time they formed Jubilee Alliance to take power, they did. They formed PNU to retake power, they did. They formed another Jubilee to take power, they did. They formed the current one, UDA, to take power, they did. They form ODM to capture and colonize the Luo, they did. So now why we are here is to talk about President William Ruto's 3 years. But I think we should frame it that what is President William Ruto doing at 3 years, rather than what President William Ruto has done in 3 years. Because you committed him to an exam that takes 5 years, and you don't need to mark it at 3 years. You just need to see the progress at 3 years. And when you elected a president, you must deliver on service, on governance, on legislation, on infrastructure development, and many, many more. And those are clearly set out in the Constitution. But all of you remember that in the very year that President William Ruto took oath of office, we were on the streets, ladies wearing aluminum wigs called sufuria, saying Ruto must go. And men carrying bullets, which are natural cold stones, saying Ruto must go. And I am on record as telling you, the whole thing is not about Ruto must go. The whole thing is about some people getting space into this government. So let me go in, you come and join me. Didn't they join me? Bwana asifiwe. So President William Ruto, in his service, he looked at his predecessor, because when you take office from another person, the first thing you do is to take handover notes. The handover notes had what we used to call the Big Four agenda. The Big Four agenda had food security, had universal health care, affordable housing, and manufacturing. One day in the stadium that was built here, we came to launch the universal health care under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I'm not very sure how far it went, where it went. But when President William Ruto took over power, he launched Taifa Care and formed SHA. And I want to tell those who are slightly ignorant that SHA is not a hospital. SHA is not a doctor. SHA is not health care. SHA is the underwriter of your treatment in hospital. So when you go to hospital and they refuse to treat you, it is not SHA which has refused to treat you. SHA will only fail when you have a bill and they refuse to pay. But you know what happens in these county governments? They pay you your salary, but they don't remit your contributions to SHA. They don't keep medicine in that hospital you will go. So when you go, you find there is no medicine, you blame SHA. When you go, you are told that your contributions are not up to date, we can't treat you, you blame SHA. Blame SHA only when your bills are not paid. And many times, when people have not made their contributions up to date and they are not treated, they knowingly or unknowingly still blame SHA. And I want to remind you that that particular service has 24 million subscribers, up from the 4 million subscribers NHIF used to have. NHIF used to only treat people who have contributed up to date. Today, SHA is supposed to cover primary health care, which is prevention of diseases, and hizo magonjwa madogo madogo unaenda without admission. SHA is supposed to cover you in emergency, chronic diseases too. That means if you have AIDS, SHA is now going to cover you. That means if you have an emergency, SHA is going to cover you. And many others. SHA is supposed to help in healthcare infrastructure development. I am not going to talk about the many other services that has come into this government. If you will have one to ask me when I finally sit down, you go and ask me. And what had happened that sometimes you wonder whether to mention certain governance issues like MSSS that is going on in Haiti and all those things. Because they have been made to look dirty when they are very clean, good things that Kenya does, so that one day, if we happen to fall in such a place, because Kenya is one place where some people are working very hard to ensure that we go the Somali, the Rwanda, and those other places way. There is nothing as beautiful as the constitutions that you fought for and got. The one that ensures that if you don't like a president, you give him only 5 years opportunity to show that he can be elected back or not, and then you go and vote him out. But when somebody comes to tell you that he must go and he must go now, check the political party he's coming from and who is the leader and who is sitting there to take over. There was a time tulikuwa na huyu rafiki yangu uko Nairobi. He told me that we are old people who are used to corruption. But I did not remember to tell him that Jimmy Wanjigi himself has never worked anywhere and is the richest Kenyan alive. And is older than me. So old ni boss yako. Corruption ni boss yako. So let us be honest. You are saying RUTO must go so that we get people who are good. People who are not blemished. But look at the people on the queue. They are the party leader of Safina, the party leader of DCP, the party leader of ODM, the party leader of Jubilee. Who else? Look at Jubilee, led by President Uhuru Kenyatta, a man who built a railway from Mombasa, his farm, to Naivasha, his farm, made the railway line go round Naivasha farm twice. And the twice it went, we calculated the acreage and paid him. We are paying you for a railway you have built with our money into your farm. We also built the expressway, a private road that we pay to use using PPP. But when we wanted to expand the airport using the same PPP, he hired people, paid them to tell us that Adani is a thief, will steal from us. We did not even ask him, nani anajenga hii expressway? We did not ask him, nani anajenga hii SGR? Why I'm talking like that is so that you compare the bad President Ruto you have now and the worst one you had before. So you say, let us have the worst one than have the worst one. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know whether President William Ruto has worked, don't listen to the media. Don't listen to talk show experts like me and him. Watch, take the facts and statistics and say inflation was 9.6 in 2022, it is 3.8 now. If you don't know what it means the rate of increase of the prices of goods. If you are buying this for 100 bob, if the inflation is 9.6, you are going to buy it next year at 100 plus 9.6. But now that the inflation has come down, you would buy it at that 10 bob plus 3.8. Isn't that a good thing? When President William Ruto was sworn in, the dollar was 166.1. Today, it is 130. When President William Ruto was sworn in, we had only $7 billion in the central bank to use to import. Today, we have $10.5 billion. Those are the things you need to look at. Forget about the thing. Today, in President William Ruto's term, is when the media is least free. But it is not free that is captured by the government. It is free that is captured by those who have money and do not believe a Kalenjin should be president in Kenya. That is the truth. In this country, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga made Kenyatta one president. Then, President Moi was made the president by the then constitution. Then Kibaki was again made president by Jaramogi Oginga Odinga's son, Raila Odinga. Then Uhuru Kenyatta was made president by Arap Ruto. Then Ruto was made president by charisma. Let us talk the truth. Tuongee ukweli tusikizane. When we were being told that ile budget ni mbaya because that it had increased from 3.6 trillion to 3.85 trillion, we forgot that Uhuru got a budget of 1.6 trillion and the next budget was 1.85 trillion. And we never said anything, we never made noise. We believed he's a good president and he will guide us through. President William Ruto is the man behind the Talanta Stadium. President William Ruto is the man behind the Limuru Rironi Road. President William Ruto is the one behind the Ring Road in Lake Victoria. President William Ruto is the one behind the success, of course, of Harambee Stars. What else would you want from a president? You know, the people are very easy to fool by rhetoric and a media that has been compromised. But now when you come back like I'm coming now to try to explain to them how they have been fooled, you are in an uphill task. Very difficult. Because people want to believe what they would have wished to happen. People want to believe those they love and don't believe those they hate. So when you are told that Ruto is doing bad, ameinua bei ya vitu imepanda juu, because you would have liked it to be down, you believe that even when there is no evidence. When we were going for the last general election, unga was 250 And then Uhuru brought subsidy, and we all clapped, not knowing we will be paying that subsidy now. Mafuta ya taa ilikuwa 250, hii ya magari. Akaona hii Raila hatakuwa elected, akaleta subsidy, ikateremushwa chini. Today it is stable without subsidy, and you are still being told to complain. Complaining about what, for what, with who? So, ladies and gentlemen, let us just agree that in economy, take. In service delivery, take. In infrastructure development, take. In inclusivity in government, take. That one I don't even need to say anything. Yeah? So, in legislation, take. Let me tell you, it's even good you have reminded me about the Gen Z thing. First, let me tell you that what we are eating, I'm not a Gen Z anymore. You will reach here and eat it. But if you take what I am eating, I will not come back and get it. I am gone and gone for good. So Gen Zs, you are not another tribe in Kenya. You are not another gender in Kenya. You are just an old man who has kept his old age in a fixed deposit account. You will get it, finally. You will get it. You will get that age with that experience and use it to be the commissioner of EACC, to be the commissioner of IEBC. You will get that time. Let somebody not cheat you that it is us, the young people, we must take things now. You can't take things now. You will take it when you have got the experience. Oh, nobody's eating. My friend, if you can be serving Wanjigi, then you can't talk about corruption. You can't talk about it. A person who is rich without a job and business, and you know, in Kenya there's a law which says lifestyle audit. The person who needs lifestyle audit in this country, number one, is none other than Wanjigi. To explain to us how he is able to get all that wealth. And now, because the person at the helm is not allowing to make that wealth, and is not from his community, he has hired the best speakers in the parliamentary groups formed in towns, and you are found to be the best, and you are now the Secretary General. So, let nobody cheat you guys. Let nobody cheat you. And finally, but most important, coolly, if you are going to remove somebody from office, please let somebody replacing him stand out there at the door. Then we see if he's worth that office. But if standing out at the door is Matiang'i, the one who changed school buses without public participation, and changed the uniforms to blue, and disobeyed 12 court orders, and addressed ministers like they were his children, or it is DCP leader. What is his name? I even forget. DCP leader ni nani? The truthful man. The boss of Anyamambo. The one who came to Siaya and told us we do not have shares in government. We go and look for our government from Uganda or elsewhere. Or you are having there Kalonzo Musyoka. A person who cannot lead is always led. Kama Raila Odinga anaenda hivi yako hapa hapa. Akirudi hivi yako hapa hapa. Round hii sijui alijaribu kufuata wengine hakupata. So, ladies and gentlemen, those people you see coming with parties that they want to replace RUTO, they are worse than him. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.